Hello, hello. Okay. We here? Can you all hear me this time? Making sure that I can actually... Hang on, let me send the announcement real quick. Okay, that's the wrong server. Just, okay, streaming now. Okay. Hello, Nick. How are you? Alright. We're back to it. We're back on the grind. Sup, broski? Nothing much. After Batman, who do you have next? I'm gonna do Absolute Wonder Woman after this. So, yeah. That's the idea. That's the plan. But y'all can hear me, right? Just double checking. Because, you know, I was like mute for the first like 3 minutes last time. I feel like that kind of hit the quality of the stream a little bit. Actually, I might as well pull this up. But yeah, we're on issue 2. My plan is to do... Oh, hello, Effigy. Hello. Hello. You were not here for issue 1, but we are now on issue 2. So yeah. Alright, we got a lot of people joining right now, so looks like we're good. Okay. Issue 2 of... Oh, wait, hang on. I just realized I forgot to put on music. Does anyone have any recommendation for music I can put on? Just as something to... By the way, I'm sorry about this AC. It's loud. But also, if I don't turn this thing on, it's gonna get, like, insanely hot in here. So, that's all I gotta say. But, I'm gonna put on, Arkham Asylum music until someone says otherwise. The Batman theme song. Alright. Which one, like, from the animated series, the 10-hour loop? Fair enough. I was thinking just, like, the Arkham Asylum soundtrack, because that's what I did last time. Well, no, it wasn't the Arkham Asylum one. It was the Arkham Knight one. I may as well do the Arkham Asylum one. I'm not gonna say what my suggestion was. What was it? Was it gonna be some, like, really cursed shit? Shoot, hang on. My down key's kind of fucked up. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna play this. Okay, that's a little loud. Let me turn it down slightly. Yeah, that's more than enough for this. Okay. We got the bat here. Wow. And we also have our notes. Like I said, I'm not gonna play the entire thing, or show the entire thing, because I don't know how much I can get away with. So I'll switch back and forth. I had the, like, Fire Alpaca thing open last time where it was like, you know, due to blah blah blah, I can't show blah blah blah. I'm not gonna have that screen open this time because, like, I just didn't feel like it. So, you know. Plus, I didn't even save it, so yeah, I'd have to recreate the whole thing. But anyway, hope it all goes well. Oh, okay, that's fair, Corinne. Hope you have a good one at work, or at least as good as it can be. But anyways, fellas, we're starting here, right? It's this scene where Bruce Wayne's dad gets shot and leans on the door. Let me know if the music's too loud, too quiet, but yeah. Also, sorry for being a bastard. I don't really care. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Scree! 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 The Zoo, part 2 of 5. Alright. So, that's one thing. Oh, right, yeah. Forgot I was gonna... Much like the Dark Knight or Dark Knight Returns, Batman, a lot of his persona came from the trauma of being, I guess, attacked is the word. But it especially doesn't help when it was right after... Hang on, let me move this so I can actually see chat. Alright. Curse you, Wonder. Alright, see you later, Corinne. Sorry, I didn't see that then. But anyway. Okay. And, okay, what I was gonna... Oh, wait, no, the music isn't on, I just realized. Yeah, no, sorry about that. I just realized that I did not turn on the music until now. Because, that was a different issue where I turned off the audio output capture. But now it's on. Now you can hear music. So hopefully that should make things just a little bit more enjoyable. But anyway. We're not enjoyable, just tolerable. Especially doesn't help when it was right after his dad got shot. So yeah. Okay. But yeah, let me know if it's too loud, too quiet, all that jazz. It might actually be too loud, so I'm gonna turn it down just slightly. Alright. Yeah, what do I have for my background? Oh, it's Makima. Okay. Yeah, I've got a wallpaper engine on right now, so I thought I set it to a Batman one just for this stream specifically, but I guess it just set to the playlist. But that's besides the point. It doesn't really matter. Alright. Again, I'm skipping some pages for this, unless it's like something really noteworthy. So I'll just read this one off of there. Okay. Over the next 2 weeks, the party animals escalate their offense on Gotham, and in return, Batman escalates his offense on them. As he proceeds to throw a guy over his head. Again, not showing, but it's there. Sources, trust me, bro. He isn't everywhere, but he seems to know where their biggest attacks will be. And he meets them head-on, like tonight at the aquarium. And for my part, I've tried to help him. Added surveillance protections. Because the more he disrupts, the more Sionis steps up the battle, the more data I collect, which gets me Sionis. Hey, yo, Nick, are you there? Because I was going to ask a question. Do you know if, like, Sionis is, like, a group in this world, or am I just misreading this? More data leaves Michigan in Gotham. How closer I get to leaving Gotham. Okay, that's interesting. Alright. So, for Batboy. You. Alright, he isn't everywhere. He seems to know where their biggest attacks will be, and he meets them head on. Hello, wait, who is this again? I forgot. Was this someone I know, or is this somebody else? Just like some random person. I must know, because I know I did invite a couple people to the stream, so I am actually curious. Or wait, did you respond because I said Nick, and your name is Nikolai? Because I was referring to Nicholas there. That would be kind of funny if that were the case. But maybe I'm just overthinking it. That if you all want to know how I think, I'm the guy who suggested to... Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember now. Yes. I am genuinely interested in checking that out at some point. Mainly because, like, it's such a hyper-specific suggestion that it did, like, pique my interest a little bit. I don't know when I'm going to, but I am. I plan on that at some point. Yeah. I remember you now. Okay, I'm just checking. Because sometimes I kind of remember people, but I also forget people. So, yeah. But yeah. Let's see here. And Gotham. Goody. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, one of the things I want to do for this channel is I want to, like, shout out, like, very obscure characters, you know? And I mean, I wouldn't say he's completely obscure, because, like, from what I could tell, the YouTuber that made him has, like, I don't know, 800,000 subs, so, you know, he has some following. But still, it's like, I've never heard of him till before you suggested him, and I love hearing things that I've never heard of before. So, if anyone ever has like a suggestion that's like they think is like, oh, I don't know, it might be too weird, or I don't know, it's a little too obscure. No, suggest it away. I love that shit. I love that shit so much. I love like the most random things you can give me. It's so fun. It's so fun to like just hear them and process them and think about how I'm gonna go about it, because I love like getting into more obscure stuff. But anyway, that aside. Alright, and okay. Puts surveillance on. Okay, yeah, I spelled that wrong. Batman. Though justifies it by saying the more he disrupts, the more data he collects. Then says he can leave Gotham sooner. Okay. Next page. Boop. And here are a few things about Sterling. Sterling's interesting. I don't know. From what I've seen of him, he almost, I don't know. It's like he kind of reminds me of like, because I haven't looked fully into his backstory, but just the vibe I get from him is that he was like some kind of experiment or something. Maybe I'm wrong on that front, though. I don't know. But that's just sort of the vibe I get from him. I might be wrong, because I haven't fully read up into him, but just like from the vague things I've seen. Also, lately, Cyanus has brought in more of him, his party animals. Oh, Cyanus. It's Black Mask. I'm an idiot. It's like his name, right? Yeah, no, that's Black Mask. I'm so stupid. Right, okay. Duh. Enough to take on a small militia. Dead now, fucker! When I was in the special forces, my commanders always said, what makes a great leader is knowing when to advance forward and when to retreat and regroup. Carve you! Campaigns are long. 1 AF, 1 RR. Hang on, I'm gonna sneeze. Give me 1 second. Never mind, it's gone. Every battle, I think this one. This is where he realized it's time to retreat and regroup. And yet... Silver Nova's form is unlocked when the character... Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely check him out. Again, I'm not sure when, but like it is like on my radar. But yeah. Sploosh. Crack. Oh yeah, he cracked. He attached himself to the wall. They're getting up. He plans everything, uses everything. Alright. Sterling's weakness is cold temperature because we'll fire it. Makes sense. Also, sorry, I'm just readjusting. If you ever hear like something squeaking, it's probably me moving myself on my chair. Because this chair can get obnoxiously loud. Also, I got this from Hot Cross Studios Wiki. Yeah, it makes sense. I did see that was... I kind of vaguely saw the wiki page. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Never knows when to retreat. Partially because he always has a backup plan, but also just because he's really, really stubborn. Excuse me? Okay. Let's see here. Pennyworth. Alright, yeah, what I was gonna say was... Used to be in the Special Forces, and says makes a great leader is one who knows when to retreat. So yeah, the thing is with this Batman, I think he's like significantly more important. Oh, hello, Only Carlos. Hello. Glad you could be here. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see you. Because I know you were talking about how you never catch my streams, and now you're here. So yeah, Only Carlos is one of the patrons for the channel. So yeah, welcome. Hello. And for this, I mentioned this, but like, I'm only gonna show a little bit on and off screen. Sterling's relationship with character. Interesting. Alternate version of Backrooms. Weird. Cool though. Also, I was gonna only show like one page at a time, but I do need to show this because when I saw this, I know I read this the first time before, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" A fighter who knows the terrain takes advantage. Ha! You got us wet. Wow, got us wet. Can't stay up there forever. Crotch vision. Yeah, no. But look at this. He drops a little thing, right? Like when he employs a chemically concentrated version of vinegar to turn the salt water into hydrochloric acid. It's so dark. It is so dark, like. This world's version of SCP Foundation. I was gonna ask in reference to the Backrooms thing, and you saying SCP. Is it like similar to the Backrooms and SCP Foundation, but not quite, or is it like directly like this is just straight up that? Because I am curious. Yeah. Sorry. I just need to show that it was really funny. He uses hydrochloric acid on them. Good God. Oh man. Okay. SCP Foundation is a whole. Oh no, I know it's a different thing. I'm just saying, like, in reference to what Nikolai was saying, because it seems like this universe kind of incorporates a bunch of inspiration from a bunch of other things. So I was just wondering. Hang on, I'm also gonna say, that Alfred's mildly amused by the. Oh wait, hang on, yeah. Amused by the hydrochloric acid. Also, I just realized I think I put this in the... Wait, did I put in the wrong thing? Okay, where did I put that? Leader. I put that in the wrong one. Okay. There we go. Well, that's a complicated story, but I'll simplify it for you. Okay, I'm curious. Go on ahead. And let me see. He has stash houses all over the city. Not one, but many caves. Alright. I haven't been able to pinpoint more than a few, but his movements, I've plotted the line on which the others might be located. You've got to be kidding me. If anything... Yeah. And he plotted out all of his hideouts like this. In the shape of a bat. I gotta say. This is the corniest issue out of the series. Like, it's still a good one, but like from what I remember, from what I read this one, it was like, okay, no, this is a little too ridiculous. Like, come on. Like, it's kind of cool, but it's like, come on. Basically, used to a whole bunch of SCP. So it is like its own version of the SCP Foundation, kind of? Or is it just like, or is there like a term they have for SCPs and you're just using it to like generally describe it? I'm curious now. Well, let me, okay, yeah, let me type that out. Assembled all his... Is a story of police and don't take serious. Kind of like Warhammer 40k. That makes sense. Yeah. All his hideouts in the shape of a bat. because I don't know. It's so silly. It is so silly. Like, come on. Like, I mean, yeah, even Alfred's like, I'll actually make that a note. Even Alfred is just dumbfounded by the bat cave thing. Okay. Alright, let's go. When he's not the bat, his routine is monotistically tight. So twice so screwed over, but don't forget to Magma. He didn't die because she gave him Is there a place to start with this? I am curious, because, like, is there, like, a playlist I could look at? That would definitely be helpful, if that were the case. Because I know it's a YouTube series, so... But he's not the bat. His routine is monistically tight. Oh, shoot. He goes to work, then vanishes into the shadows. There's a rumor he meets with the Red Hood, a suspected resistance group. I don't know how to feel about them just being called the Red Hood. You know, like, it's a little on the nose, but I don't know. But the truth is, he's a man alone. He even steers clear of his mother these days. There's a rumor. I guess it's like a rumor among his friends. That's oddly specific. Alright, I'll keep that in mind, though. I actually am curious how long it is, so I'm gonna look that up real quick on the side. Let me see. Please don't play the video. Okay, there we go. 120. Damn, that is long. Still, I'm interested. But just letting you know, though, this is not going to be something that comes out soon. Primarily just because there is so much to look through. But I'll keep you updated for when I actually do check it out. So, yeah. Okay. He goes to work. He vanishes in the shadows. Red Hood meaning, but the truth is, okay, that's interesting. All right. Is rumored to go hang out with the Red Hood. Resistance. Oh, the script for that's finished. I posted announcements, but I didn't make it a whole thing. It's gonna be like an hour and 10 minutes long, so like if my predictions are correct, I might cut it down a little, so it's gonna be like an hour, or like 55 minutes or something. But a lot of it was that there's so much information, I'm not sure like what to cut out and what to keep in. You know, like it's pretty insane. Resistance group. Kind of curious who is doing this. Are any of those spin-offs important to the character? That's kind of my main question. I might check them out still, but what I'm going to prioritize depends on that. Kind of curious who is doing this. Who's kind of curious who is spreading the rumor. Right. Truth is, he's a man. You know, I'll just screenshot this. Okay. No, I'm not gonna. Well. I don't know. When should I screenshot things? When should I type things out? I think what I'll do is I'll screenshot things, and then like if I have my own like notes to add, I'll I'll add those, you know, like directly, because sometimes things just say, like sometimes it's just like, oh, this is just what it says, you know, like sometimes there's no deeper meaning to it other than just like, oh, it's just that. So all right, and then there's this. All right, to visit Joseph Chill, his father's killer. What he says, Sterling doesn't appear in though he makes a cameo appearance in the rest of the spin-offs. Alright, fair enough. I'll keep that in mind then. What he says to Chill, I don't know. I only have visual, no audio, but I can imagine, and I only like him more for it. Which, interesting, you know. That's like, that is important. That's really important to add here. Let me see here. Avoids his mom. Which maybe makes sense because he doesn't want to lose her. And by disconnecting himself from her, he can deal with that possible loss easier. Okay. Now, the question is, what is he saying in this moment? Could be criticizing him, could be sharing his experience with him. Is he like a friend? Interesting questions. Okay. Alright, Another weekend, my handler tells me I have to drop protections from Batman. They say he's become too volatile a factor. I consider pushing back, telling him Batman has helped my mission on the topic. He also, a relationship. Neat. This does seem really interesting. Like, what you're explaining. Kind of also curious, like, how they tell the story as well. So, I guess I'll see when I watch that. That in fact, his provocations have helped me form a new theory on who Sionis is, what he's a part of. I think about making my case. Instead, I remove the protections. Alright, that is very interesting characterization. Okay. Seems to like Batman more for visiting Joe Chill. It surprises him even. Alright, and I'll just screenshot this bit here. She's unleashed an army despite her weak ass. I find that wording funny, just weak ass excuse. Weak ass. In fact, so clearly he likes Batman. That much is obvious. Why do I spell likes like that? Alright. Hang on, let me readjust myself real quick. Yeah. Okay. But he still seems to either respect or fear his bosses more. Maybe both. One more thing about multiverse. Second audio series. That is what I kind of assumed it was. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever seen, I think the channel is called Postra. They made a thing called I Rewrote Jeff the Killer. That is a really good, like, that is an extremely good take on the character, but it's just like the guy telling the story and him drawing that version that he made. But that is really good. If, like, you ever want to get, like, into creepypasta stuff and you think to yourself, oh, I wish Jeff the Killer was good, you should check that out. You know, I Rewrote Jeff the Killer is what it's called. Postra is the goat. Yeah, I need to watch more Postra stuff in general. I've only seen that video, but I liked what I saw. I try to picture Bruce up there at the moment. He finally understands when he sees and gets the message. Retreat and regroup Batman. Fucking R. That's really neat. Yeah, it's cool. I recommend it. Like, it's genuinely a really compelling adaptation of the character. Oh, yeah. An odd buzzing sound. That might be my air conditioner. Like, let me turn that off and see how that... Because I am curious if that's, like... if that's the buzzing or not. Like, is the buzzing there right now? I mean, there's a little bit of sound, because I think that's kind of turning off, but... I know, now the music's louder. Or it sounds louder now. Maybe it's not even that loud. Oh yeah, it's off now. Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll turn off the AC, because I realize that it makes these streams harder to watch. But if it gets hot in here, I am gonna turn it on. I'm gonna turn it back on, because, like, you know, I need air conditioning. So, anyways, back to the so after Astra, Victor Death, that's a fun. Symbiotes, like Marvel symbiotes. Now let me just read this off screen so that way, you know. Okay. But that moment doesn't come. Come on! Then it hits me then. Holy. Maybe that's what he is. All he is. One long advance forward. Batman. AF. Alright, I know I said gotta overheat for... Yeah, Marvel symbiotes. Interesting. Surprised to get away with it. But... yeah, okay, so... he goes into a building, right? Or he gets, like, cornered in a building, right? They go up into the building. And then it explodes, right? Like, and they all rush down. Hits me. And, like, you know, you can assume that it's, like... but, like, the building also explodes, and it gets set on fire, and it creates this... and I think this is the moment where I was like, okay... what? What is this? What the hell is this? Also, that makes sense. Turning... I mean, it sounds cool. I like that. I'm a huge fan of, like, fan-and related stuff, and I guess I've been wanting to find more examples of that. Yeah, I assumed. But... are those dogs? Oh, well, whatever. Thought I heard some dogs in the background. Anyway, just... okay, I'm just gonna take a screenshot and just look at this. Look at this. What do I even say about that? Just, like... what the hell is this? All he is one forward advance. He doesn't need prep time. He is the prep time. It's your room with the AC off. Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Oakland. Interesting. This is a bizarre sounding soundtrack. Hang on. Let me see if I can turn down just a little lower. Alright. But anyway. Let me actually turn it down on the OBS just a little. Alright, is that too low? I want it higher, lower? How's the music sounding, everybody? I am curious. I guess it's good. Alright, back to what I was doing. Gotta skip this page. But we got Jim Gordon in the hospital. Reaper for more context. Damn. Alright. Crazy. Also, let me just Alright. I am going to show this. Despite rising violence, the poll found a surprising support for the Batman. What's your response to that? Or what's your response to that, former Mayor Hill? You're looking at it, Justine, meaning it's why I'm running again. Crime has gotten so bad under Mayor Gordon that people are looking to an actual criminal for help. Think about that. When there's no good left, the choice becomes the lesser of all evils. Understood. Still, we'd be remiss if we didn't ask you, Mayor Hill, about some of the lingering corruption charges. Inaccurate. The news would never... Well, I guess the news has asked people about it, but then... Like, they would ask politicians about their corrupt things, but then, like, dismiss it like, oh yeah, no, those are just the liberals coming up with fake news. Okay, I don't want to get this too political, though, so I'm going to stop right there. But... Interesting still. Really fits the vigilante in this world. So powerful. Huh. Interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, I know SCP 682. I've not mentioned this too much, but I am like a pretty big fan of SCP content. But yeah, that sounds insane. That sounds insane. Really fits the vigilante in this world. And is also getting public support. Is the apolitical news organizations. That's true. Which I do think there might be more like political stuff later on, but yeah. We'll see. Actually, wait, I still have to keep it off. I still have to keep it away because if I show too much, I will get copyright struck, or maybe I won't. I don't even know. But just to be safe, turn it off, will you, Bullock? Sure, Jimmy. Wait. Sure, Jimmy. I just thought you'd want to know what's going on. Full disclosure, I put in a request to state for 4 RVs plus an MD in coverage. 4 and R. You both know more guns doesn't always equal more winning. Alright. Yeah, well, maybe we didn't use enough over there. Either way, we need to take him down fast. Him? You mean Batman? Shouldn't you be focusing on the party animals? They're upping because he's upping. You know, that's a genuinely good point, actually. That's actually a good point. I'm not gonna lie. Where it's like, you could argue that he is, like, they are fighting back harder because he's fighting back harder. You know, that is kind of a valid point. Also, oh yeah, no, I love 6820. I love that one. That's like my favorite interpretation of the lizard. It's so good. You do remember when he saved your life, right? And mine and Dad's. Barb, for all we know, he's on their side. Some kind of secret shit partner trying to make us look bad. That's why I read then wise as that's wise. I am so dumb. Okay. Yeah, probably not. I doubt that. Like, thing is, 682 in general was, like, made to be just, like, an ultimate beast that can, like, withstand anything. So, like, having, in like, 682-0A especially, is just complete insanity. The whole point is that it's, like, nothing can conceptually kill it. You know? So yeah, no, I don't think it could do that either. Then why is he calling in tips essential as to where he'll fight next? Why is he fighting them? All right, gonna mark this down. So, all right, I'll make that quote from Jim Gordon there. Hello, Aiden. How are you? Have you been on stream before, or are you somebody I have not met? Wait, hang on. Boop. Okay, you both know more guns doesn't always equal more winning. Also, have you heard about the news? It's fighting green. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Oh, yeah. I remember now. I remember that. Yeah. Again, it's kind of like I'm bad at remembering names, so if I don't remember you automatically, that's the reason why. I generally more so remember people's vibes, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Let's see. You both know guns don't equal more winning. Seems to be a true pacifist. Which, I like that for Gordon. I will say, I think this might be one of my favorite interpretations of Gordon. I think. Like, I can't say that with, like, absolute certainty, but I do like the fact that he is, like, extremely lawful and extremely, like, no, we're going things by the book. You know, because that's how I think Gordon should be. Apparently, is also called Absolute Jeff. You know, I'm not going to finish. Wait. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm going to look this up now. I'm curious. Was it like a joke? Because I actually can't find anything. Let's see. Absolute Jeff. Okay, wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's no way. There's no way. There is no... Oh my... Okay. I'm gonna show this to everyone on stream. Yeah, Yeah. Holy shit. That is... Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that's... Oh, wow. I mean, I'm not even against it. I'm just shocked. Like, wow. Wow. Apparently they fight off against a Jeffrey-inspired Judal Slade. I don't know much about, I don't know that much about, like, but it's like, wow, crazy. Okay, maybe I should zoom in, because I don't know if you probably saw that, but apparently there is a new, like, there's a stand-in for Jeffrey Epstein in the new Absolute Evil issue, which I will also read that at some point, but I have not gotten to that yet. But That is crazy. Oh my god. Okay. Slade as Jeffrey Epstein. It seems like a different Slade, actually. Not the... Like, not, Yeah, it seems to be like... this guy here. Like a different guy. But, I don't know. Just like a similar name. I'm not sure. We'd have to actually read it. It's clearly not Slade Wilson. Yeah, it's a different... Yeah, it seems to be like a different Slade. Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'd have to read it in order to fully understand the context, but... we don't have time for that. Thanks, Darkseid. Yep, and he's like, no problem. Anytime. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. And I'm not even against it. I just think it's funny. So, yeah. I like that for Gordon. Okay. But anyway, what I was going to say, Yeah, okay. Defends Batman to Bullock. The other one would work too at the whole Terra situation. Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's what I was thinking as well. That's what I was thinking. Also, I think Darkseid made... Oh, yeah, no. I mean, that's true with every character. The only one whose life isn't necessarily worse is Absolute Wonder Woman. But even then, it's like, you know, her whole species is banned. It's just that, like, she's incredibly optimistic due to the circumstances. By the way, Absolute Wonder Woman's the best one. Like, you know, it's so good. We're totally gonna read that on stream. I genuinely think it's the best. Darkseid making Epstein while venting his hate on... Yeah, that's funny. My theory, though, with the Absolute Universe is that it's not... He doesn't directly make things. You know, like, I know it's kind of a joke that he does, but it seems to be more like... Oh, yeah. I mentioned in my community, but initially my plan was to do a year 1, year 2, year 3 kind of thing, like for every year that the Absolute Universe goes on. But I decided, nah, that's too much. That's too much. We're not doing that. So I'm going to make individual... I wonder... He seems pretty chill with Wonder Woman by comparison. I'd imagine he hates Superman more, but I don't know. Then again, I could see a joke being, considering like Batman dodged the Omega beams, that it's like he hates Batman even more just purely based on that one instance. Like, how did you dodge that? But yeah, no, I'll make a video on the Absolute Universe. Absolute Batman, I'm gonna do a video on with... Yeah, I'll do one based on every character, but when I'm gonna do it is the question. And I know for a fact I'm gonna do one based on Martian Manhunter next year. But anyway, all right, come here, you. How's he doing? Fine. I'm just a little. I wasn't asking you, but Babs, they got him bad. Martha, he needs rest. Not that he'll listen. Bullock, calm down. They hit... Oh, no, I'm not going to make that joke. They hit what? Those frightening villains to go up against. That reminds me. Usually I don't, like, believe in reactions, but hang on. Like, I don't want to do, like, reaction content that much, but, like, hang on, give me 1 second. I need to look for it. Not that one. Okay, why is this so hard to find? Wow, I've just watched a bunch of random shorts, didn't I? Okay, where is it? Okay, here we go. Do something, Rev! I'm sorry, I just needed it. I just got... But yeah, it's funny. Anyway. Alright. So, back to notes. The party animals are tearing up the... The party animals are tearing up the Port Authority. Come on. Well, this Batman won't be ready for Absolute Brainiac. I'm really excited to see what Absolute Brainiac's deal is. Come on. Be careful. Rest, dummy. Do I have a choice? She's a good kid. Too good. What is this world we've given them more? When we were their age, we were crazy, sure, thinking we could change it all, but it still felt possible, you know? Yeah, well, hang on, give 1 second. Whee! Gonna add more notes. Stubborn. Very, very stubborn. Jim Gordon is. Stubborn. Not willing to rest. On Wiz in the post for Death Battle. I haven't seen enough Death Battle to really know. I didn't even know that like the hosts had like distinct personalities actually. Like I thought it was always just kind of like I never knew it was like a fictional setting sort of thing. Maybe. But I didn't know that. So She's a good kid. Too good. Cares about his dad and... interesting. Cares about his dad and wants... I said her. Wants him to rest. Which... Not news, but still something to note. Okay. And what else we got in here? I am gonna like screenshot that for Jim because that's kind of an interesting line. So, all right. And leaving this off screen as well. I guess they'll just have to be crazier than we were. You almost sound like... Okay. What was that? Was that a cat I heard in the background? No, I don't have a cat. Now I'm curious what you did hear, though. Could have been, like, maybe TV, like, downstairs, or just, like, my chair. Because, like I said, I got a squeaky chair. Or maybe it was the guinea pigs, because those guinea pigs are far away, so I doubt it. Okay, let me see here. That's interesting. Mark this down. Okay, come on. Okay. I swore I heard a cat. Must be my ears yanking on my chains. Fair enough. I don't know. I don't have a cat. So, yeah. I mean, that would be interesting if you did hear a cat, though. But, I don't know. Deeply misses her hubby. And says that Thomas would actually like. Oh yeah, I have. I might check it out at some point, but I guess it's like, I don't know. I'm more interested in reading the comics than I am watching the show, but I'm glad that they're adapting something. Like a really iconic story like that. I mean, I've got like weird feelings on the MCU in general, so it's like, unless someone tells me that it's like, oh, it's absolute peak, you gotta watch it, man. It's like it's kind of hard for me to get into MCU stuff at this point. It's like, yeah, I'll check it out maybe when I have a chance, but like even Fantastic Four, everyone was hyping that up, but I'm like, I don't know. I'll check it out. It's interesting, but But yeah, Thomas would actually like Batman, according to her. Seems to be against Batman's philosophy, though, which is ironic. I won't tell you much about the show, but I'll tell you the ending is dark. Is there only 4 episodes? Well, that's kind of disappointing. How long is each episode, by the way? I mean, I heard it's good, and I still probably will check it out. It's just like, I don't know. More or less. Still would have liked it to be longer. Does it at least have, like, does Spider-Man play a big role in those? Because one of the things I really like about zombies, from what I've heard of it, like the comics, that is that like Spider-Man is like the zombies. Yeah, I doubt it won't get a season 2, because like this is the most talked about Marvel show I've seen in a while. Like, because usually it's like it kind of fizzles out. All right. Is my... Yeah, okay. Also, just as a heads up, everybody, I am a little bit behind in terms of like reading messages, so if I don't immediately respond, that's the reason why. I can't tell if he's referring to Batman or Thomas here. Like, I legitimately can't. Alright. Probably Thomas, but I don't know. This is a weird track. If X-Men 97, you're well for season 2, then maybe... Yeah, exactly. Kind of surprised Friendly Neighborhood got, like, confirmed for that, because I heard, like, very mixed things about it. So, 97 does not surprise me at all, though. And Daredevil Born, like, yeah, those make sense. Okay. I'll just read it. Okay. Patty quit, my deputy mayor. Any re-election feels like a pipe dream. Let's be honest, your whole mayorship has been a pipe dream. But hey, pipe dreams are good. Fair enough. I still think about it. Okay, yeah. Both are kind of, like, oddly... Both... Okay. Kind of... Okay, calls his re-election a pipe dream. Kind of a realist, I guess. Let's see here. Hey, would you start with? What version of the character would you use? I'd start with Sonic first, obviously, and I'd use the one from the games as well as the IDW comics because I know those are canon, I think, to the source material. And then I might do the Archie at some point, like the Archie comics, but honestly, who knows? Who knows? Because that's a whole rabbit hole to go under. But at the very least, the game version and the IDW in the same one, because canon. So. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This soundtrack's kind of craving me out a little bit. I'm gonna switch it. Give it 1 second. City OST. Yeah, canon is semi-canon in Archie. Oh, I know Archie's not canon. It was never canon. At least I don't think it was. Absolute peak. Is that Camo or is this some random person? I actually, because I know I invited them to the stream, but I can't even tell. It is. Okay, hello, welcome to the stream. I don't know why, just the profile pic and just the general vibe. Also, I agree, Archie Sonic is weird. It's some Sally Acorn stuff. Yeah. I do hope they bring Sally Acorn back, by the way. Also, I thought that, like... Oh my god, no. Okay. Okay, we'll just play it off this. No ads. How are you feeling? Oh, no, I'm fine. Because I know I mentioned some personal stuff. I mean, I guess I go more in depth about it, but it's an up and down kind of thing. Right now, I'm good, though. So, yeah, don't worry. But, that aside, it's coming... Yeah, I thought it was straight up canon. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I don't know, because, like... You know what? Let's look it up, actually. Are the IDW Sonic comics canon? It does say that they are... Like, okay. Alright. I'll get back to reading after this, but it's just like... In the 7th episode of Sonic Official... In the 7th episode of the 7th season of Sonic Official, Chris Hernandez, one of the lore managers, stated that IDW Sonic Comics was 100% canon and takes place after the events of Sonic Forces. And they mentioned Tangle the Lemur and da-da-ba. So, I'm going to treat it like it is canon. Partially because I'm not sure how much there is to talk about with Sonic in the games, you know? Like, that's kind of a weird one. But, I don't know. Also different timelines. Oh, yeah, I know about that. It's weird because I've never read the Archie comics, but I know a vague amount about them. Full canon is possible with everything going down Archie, specifically with the whole Echidnas thing. They can bring him back. Oh, yeah, no, I don't think Archie comic was ever canon. I don't think it was ever canon. Or at least I never interpreted it as canon. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe at some point someone did say it was canon. But, yeah, what I was going to say. Jokes about... being a pipe dream, but pipe dreams are good. Oop. Alright. And then here's the thing where it's like, you know, I still think about every day Mar when I found him. Bats can be social or solitary. Okay, that's actually interesting. Because that... Okay. Obviously, there's the scene as a whole. You know, that's more important. But I feel like this is, like, a really good metaphor here. It's saying that, like... Batman, if he wants to, can either be a social or, like, independent kind of person. You know? Also, I don't think Sonic is officially confirmed to take place in anything. I don't think Sonic Prime is canon. It would make things way too confusing if it were. So I'm gonna not talk about it just because it's like, it's just too much. That'd be too much. But what I was saying, so bats can be social or solitary. Obviously, that's like, you know, I think that's like a metaphor for saying that like Bruce Wayne can either be social or solitary, but he chooses to be solitary because of what happened to him. You know? Like, because of the experiences he went through, it caused him to like gain a shell over himself and decide, no, I'm not doing that. We're not doing this right now. Alright, for Bruce. I already said it out loud, so I'm not going to type out the full thing. But you get the idea. I didn't see him at first. Didn't even know he was there. Until he screamed. That scream. Alright, so I should also put that in there. Apparently thinks about Bruce sometimes and how he screamed with those bats when he found him. Alright, let's see here. Okay. How is he? Honestly, I don't know. Before that, he was my little boy. He told me everything, every dumb detail of his life. His whole inner life was mine to know. Now, I barely know him at all. Bruce, honey, your friends rang. Tell them to go away. You sure? They're right outside. Just, how about you just peek out, say hi. Even if you only... I said no! Just leave me alone! Okay. She's like, ugh. Throws away the medal. Damn. I can't blame him, though. Like that's gonna mess somebody up, right? Obviously that'd mess someone up. But, right. Okay, Martha Wayne. Bruce. But after that happened, she feels like she barely knows him anymore. Unrelated, but I've kind of noticed something. With parents, they tend to talk about their kids like them being 10 was yesterday, you know what I mean? That's something I've kind of noticed, where it's like, to them it's like they were just 5 like a couple days ago. And it's kind of like she's talking like this was like maybe a couple months ago, maybe. So I don't know. I realize that it's like, it's silly and random to bring this up, but I do think that's like an interesting thing to note. And I don't think I'm going to write it down. Maybe I'll write it down. Yeah, oh, I know it's different. I know it's different. I just think it's really interesting, you know? But anyway, used to be, oh, for sure, yeah, no, I get you. It's just really cool to me, you know? I don't know, it kind of messes with me too, actually. To be super open with his mom about everything, and then he just stopped. Her one night to leave him alone when his friends were there. Oh, whoa, holy oh my god. Did you all hear that? Wow, that was weird. Was that my microphone? Was that my headphones? What was that? Or maybe that was, I don't know if any of y'all even heard that, but it was like, It was like a very loud beep. Like beep. Like that. Again, I don't know how far like chat is away from what I'm saying right now, but it was just like, wow, that was loud. That was loud. I heard, yeah, okay, my bad on that. That was, I don't know what that was. Oh, it's random. Check your phone, it might be an Amber Alert. Oh, that's a good point. I'll be right back. Alright, let's see here. No, it was not. I think it was just my computer doing weird things. So, yeah. I'm a good guess, though. But, my bad. I should look into that. I don't know. At some point, man, I hate to say this, but I probably have to get Windows 11 at some point. Because they're going to quit, like, support for Windows 10. And I don't want to do that, but I am worried about, like, possible, like, because it's outdated, it's more likely to get like viruses and stuff. So maybe getting Windows 11 would be smart, which, whatever. It's like fair. Maybe I'll get it, but we'll see. All right. Feels remorse for this. Yeah, okay. Back to it. And then he's finally coming back. I'm thinking this flashback isn't like Martha Wayne's flashback. This is Bruce Wayne's flashback, right? Or maybe it's both. Because it's like he had like this scene pops up and then Bruce comes in to go gamble with his friends. It's like part of him is realizing just how much he's like putting away the people that he loves, you know? To be Bruce's, considering right afterwards it leads to Bruce going to see his friends. For gambling. The others even joke about hang on. Excuse me. I'm a little tired. Not saying like I'm gonna quit it or whatever, but it's like, y'all ever know like a tired where it's like, I think it's kind of like you have like a weird nap or something and you wake up and you're like tired, but not in a way that can really let you go to sleep. Just kind of like feel kind of drained. That's how I'm feeling right now. The others even joke about how it's super uncommon for him to be there. Gracing us with your fucking presence. Lay off, I've been busy. Hang on, I'm memorizing this. Whoa, no pics. What, you're too good for us now that you've pushed papers for the DA? Not too good for them, Ozzy, just you. Har har, you fucking two-face. Yeah, I get like that sometimes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's Scout TF2. Okay. Bruce, will you please shut these two up so I can go back to counting cards? I don't know how much there's going to be about Bruce in this scene, so I'm going to skip across some stuff. I'm gonna put down anything that I actually noticed though, so. First one to notice that Selena isn't there. Which, neat. Okay. Also flicks a chip at Ozzy. Well, a couple months ago, got a postcard a couple months ago from Caro. Speaking of cards, boom. Oh, okay. I'll show this one off. How about this? What the? Where the fuck did you get that, man? I found it. I'm heading the repair crew at City Hall. Get it out of here. Seconded. No monkey bones in the pot. It's actually not an ape skull. Look at the wiring. Or no, that's not Riddler. That's Bruce. It's not actually an ape skull. Look at the wiring. Ha. He's right. I see 4 different chips just in the outer weave. Looks like that one looks like a GI's. English geek. English geek. A geographical information system, Ozzy. Oh, that's Ozzy. Okay, I'm dumb. English geek. It maps shared targets onto a private GPS network. Assigns different values, meaning if one knew how to decode it, one could possibly get a bead on where the party animals were going to show up next. But these other chips, wow, this is actually more premier than what you do. Whoa there, big guy, them's fighting words. So I'll be borrowing this. Interesting. Okay. So it seems like he already did his own research on it beforehand. And map shared targets onto a private GPS network. If one knew how to decode it, possibly get a beat on where we're going to show up next. Okay, yeah, so he already tracked it, right? Like, it seems like here that he already tracked. So this is like, that's how he knows where they're gonna be, obviously. And seems like the only reason he brought it there was to get Riddler's opinion. Is that why? Is that the only reason he showed up at all? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's both. To mental and business. I don't know. Interesting. Okay. High tech, heavily armed. High tech, heavily armed. The party animals must be moving on everyone's location. Ozzy? Why the fuck would I know, Bruce? Just because my business is atypical, you think, relax. I was just asking if you're still in. Oh. Atypical. That's good. For what it's worth, the party animals aren't moving in on anything. As far as I can tell, these guys are just out to wreck the city. Where is their man, Roman? He kills everyone who he meets and tries to make a deal. And yeah, I'm out. Alright, let me see here. Okay. Clearly, subtly asking for Ozzy's opinion on them as well, considering his connections. Okay, now I got kings coming my way next hand. Waylon, I'm out too. I will say, it's nice to see you so fired up, Bruce. Alright, Harv and you and me. I gotta ask though, you're deep in. You think it's political? The party animals causing havoc this close to an election? You think it's gonna sink Gordon? Nah, we all love Jim, but he was hurting before all the chaos. It'd be overkill, literally and figuratively. My 2 cents? Okay, I did also think that this was a little corny here. Where it's like, okay, there's too many puns here. If this is political, it's it's about more than just power. Oh yeah, that would make sense. What's a bigger motivator than power? Huh, speaking like a true crime alley boy. Money, brother, the source, the chicken and the egg both. Speaking of which, 2 pair, you, 3 aces. 4 if we're playing with jokers. Jokers are never welcome here, Bruce. Alright. Well, what I was gonna say on that. Also asks. Obviously asks. How to forget it? Harvey. Also asks Harvey for his opinion too. Overall, seems more engaged than usual, which is cool. Okay, back to it. Okay, should never let you in on the pot. And look, I don't know if this has anything to do with party animals. For what I hear in halls, Hill has been taken in a lot of capital. Like, a lot. This guy I know who works in his office, young guy named Haiti, scumbag, but still. He says Hill is writing on some new purse he calls Golden Chest. Ugh, Golden Chest. What is it? Donor? Corporate? I don't know. No one knows. It's one coin no one wants to flip over. Or is that I can't tell if that's Two-Face or if that's Waylon. It seems to be okay, yeah, it seems to be Two-Face. I'm just a bit dumb. Alright, breaks in, sneaks in. Alright, well, I'll write down break into a politician's office. Alright, let's see here. Sneaks in, plugs it in. Come on, where are you? A golden chest, also known as an arc. Well, hello there! Finally, Batman, we meet. Now, unfortunately, we don't have much time to chat. I like you. I do. You're my kind of party. So, I'll make you a deal. Everything you've ever wanted. But, full disclosure, you were a bit on the spot. We did tip off the whole GCPD, and my people have the building surrounded. So, I'll be waiting on your call. All you have to do is survive. Interesting. Seems to like him, or at least find him amusing. Okay. He comes out, rushes down, jumps down an elevator shaft. Hear me out. No. Alfred. What's up? Hear me out. No. Just no. Okay. You're a good detective, kid. But I've learned some things about them. The party animals. They're not what they seem. I've come to believe that we can help each other out here. Just give me a chance to explain, please. 30 seconds. Alright, thank you. But we need to get out of here. They're all over the place. We gotta go somewhere safe. I have a car hidden out back, unless you have one. And then there's this bit. Where it's like you're standing on it. And then it's the mega giant Batmobile or the Bat truck. So you lose something? Selena? Get up. You're coming with me. Alright, that's cute. Okay. It's a goddamn tank. Yeah. Again, I'm not even sure what to call it because it's like it's so insane that it's like. Also, let me check my DMs real quick. All right. So, what was I gonna say? Right. I was gonna say. Explain though after says he has information on the party animals. Okay, after he says information on party animals. He has a car. He says you're standing on it only to turn the whole building into one tank. Did he just build that there, or like how does that work? Genuinely, how does that work? I'm not sure. But about the ending, I will say, Selena at least seems to be one of Bruce's closest friends, as she came up to him to give back the medal after he threw it out. Okay. Got that done. And I guess for Alfred, decides to cooperate with Bruce and tries to share information about party animals. Saying can help each other. All right. Why am I saying it like that? There's currently only 2 people here watching. At least if my statistics are being accurate. I can't tell because sometimes it's hard to tell when these are being like true or not. But I wanted to ask everybody who's still here. Do you want to do another issue? Switch to a different series? What's the plan here? I was expecting that like maybe I could do like 2 issues of Absolute Batman in like one stream, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. We could do another issue. You know what? Yeah, I may as well push for it. Cause like what? You know, I want to make a bit more progress, so. Alright. Here we go. And then the 3rd issue. Yep. Do you know, Nick, if, like, I know Catwoman is in the Absolute. Like, I know she becomes Catwoman. But do you know if she, like, is, like, heroic, a villain? What's her deal? Hang on, I might as well start marking things down. Are you so down? No. You want your genius medal back? Come on. The Cable, are you crazy? We could all die. Bruce, it's 2 measly stories. At most, you'll break a leg or 2. But you're not going to, because you're going to keep your eyes ahead, cat style. What? Cats see great. She's barely appeared and it is making her first appearance. Okay, so she's not. Gotcha. So we don't know. Alright, I'll keep that in mind, just in terms of, like... Yeah, cats see great, but only for short distance, so don't see the drop. Don't see anything at all past this ledge. Right here. Got it? Look at me. Look. Hi. You're okay. For the rest of the night, cat eyes. Got it. Interesting. Okay. Issue 2. You know, it kind of reminds me of, Gotham a little bit, like the show. I haven't seen too much of Gotham, but it reminds me just in the context of like you see all of these supervillains like as kids and stuff, and like growing up and like how they become who they are, which I like. I like that. Izzort chases Selina down for the medal, which is funny considering he was the one who threw it. And Selina tells him to have cat eyes. Look for a short distance. Don't see anything at all past this ledge. Which I think that is metaphorical. I think this handles that aspect way better than Gotham. Fair enough. I haven't seen too much of Gotham, so I can't really say like my opinion on that. I've just seen like a little bit of season 1, and it's been forever since I saw it too. So yeah, kind of telling him that the past isn't real. Focus on the now. Oop. Oh, it's a little flashback. Alright. I've spent more than 4 decades cultivating a life of stealth. What the? I've over 20 passports, twice as many identities. I pride myself on being no one. The vague shape of a man sitting across from you on the train. An outline. A charcoal sketch. 40 years of creating a life in the shadows. All to find myself driving down Broadway on the hood of a giant bat-themed dump truck. And it occurs to me, I may actually hate Batman. Alright, I'm just gonna screenshot the monologue. I don't know, it's so funny. Like... oh man, okay. Okay. Issue 2. Issue 3. Wow. And then I'll just, screenshot that. Boop. Okay. The thing is with this Bruce Wayne is that he is... I don't know if I already wrote this down, but Bruce is impulsive. Like, really, really impulsive. He knows what he's doing, but he just rushes into things. Like, he just does things, you know? He's got no willingness to, like, hide his identity. In fact, he shows it off completely with, like, absolutely zero, shame. I'm getting a little tired. I'm getting some problems with speaking right now, just like blah blah blah. But anyway, point is, completely insane. What the hell are you doing? You can't just plow straight through the city. They'll overtake us in no time. You better talk fast. I gave you 30 seconds to make your case. It starts now. Even when on a damn truck being chased down, he just tells Alfred to use his seconds wisely. Alright. Whoa! In my field, there are rumors of a man called the Black Mask. Torch them. He's the leader of a secret paramilitary group that serves some of the most powerful people on the planet, destabilizing local governments, violent disruption. I believe that Roman Sionis, the leader of the party animals, may be the Black Mask. Bloody hell. 25 seconds. I hate to break it to you, but we're not going to last 5 damn seconds. We need to abandon this vehicle and this thing and find a vehicle that can go fast. I'll pretend you didn't say that. Suddenly a screech of hydraulics, the rumble of 600 tons of steel shifting its cases. The roof almost takes off my head, but all I can think is, I may actually love Batman. I think Alfred might be my favorite character in this whole series. I genuinely mean that. Like, he has some of the funniest dialogue in the whole thing. And he's like such a bizarre take on him, you know what I mean? You have 20 seconds if you manage to hold on. Vroom. The sweet smell of kerosene burns my nose as we rocket forward. Homemade jet engines, ever the builder, this one. Listen to me, damn it. That makes sense. I need to see what Bane is like. Because he does seem cool. I can help you. So close the hatch and prove it. 15 seconds. Fine. But if Cyanus is Black Mask, then he's too big to fight. Too dangerous. He's got endless resources. Mini bad projectiles with a different electrical charge designed to blow tires. Lord. I'll build bigger than 10 seconds. His one response. Okay. His only response to fighting someone bigger is just, I'll build bigger. This is like the most prep time. Okay, you know how people like make the comment of like, oh, it's prep time. You gotta talk about prep time. I think like Absolute Batman is the sheer embodiment of prep time. It just does not end. He's just like, oh, I'll just go bigger. I'll go bigger. Boom. There's no way to build big enough. Not against this. But he offered you a deal back there. I heard him. That means he's ready to compromise. My guess is whatever he has been trying to achieve with these attacks on Gotham, it's almost done. What are you saying? I'm saying you meet him. Agree to step down your fight. I'll bet he lowers the attacks on Gotham to almost nothing. Maybe even stop them. You get to be the hero. By quitting, forget it. By saving lives through diplomacy. By being a fucking grown-up. And if that's not enough, Black Mask serves some of the richest global plutocrats. This offer, it's probably for 100 million more. You take it. You can set Batman up as something real here. Something with impact. And what's in it for you? For Cyanus to make this deal, he'll need to make transitions that will likely give my people all the need on him. So me, I get to leave this city, and you get to build Batman big. Really big. And Cyanus just gets away? No. We'll use the intel we got here to apprehend him down the line. Eventually, me and my people, I promise, we'll all win. Behind us, the sirens grow loud. Hang on, excuse me. Okay, sorry. But I note that he's stopped his blasted countdown. He's hearing me. Finally, he's listening. Thank God. This is Commissioner Harvey Bullock. You will exit the vehicle now. You and whoever else you got in there. You got me? There's nowhere left to go. It's over. We make a decent team, kid. Tell me what you have. Tell me you have something to get us out of this one, and let's keep going. The lever in front of you. The lever in front of you. All right, Whee! Oh, hi, Mark. Hi, Jaden. You missed the second issue, but we are on the third issue now. Mwahaha. Boop. Bing. Jump. Vroom. Okay, I'll mark this down in a second, because there was a lot of things to mark down there. It's just I really need to show up on time someday. That is fair. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you show up at all, honestly. That's what I appreciate. Okay, so is taken up on an offer by Alfred to quit being Batman for a minute, stop the attacks, take the deal, and use his money he gets to be man later on, and that the group Alfred is a part of will get them. He refuses, and while he was listening, he still just blasts him off. So yeah. Alright, and I'll just type that out there. Tries to convince Batman to leave the city alone. Cares more about his safety than his principal. And while he seems to be justifying it with just, I gotta leave here, that doesn't seem to be completely true. As he clearly has some care for him. So yeah. Anyway, I feel like I got all the information I need right now. Alright, and then we go back to the flashback. Wait, is this it? Hang on. Okay. How is it? Not there anymore. Why? What happened? Doesn't matter. Sure it does. Look, some people like the idea of a foster kid, but not the real thing. That's in a good case. This was a bad case. Man, what is that? 3 homes in your last year? 4, but who's counting? Well, where are you now? I'm here with you. And them. See, that's the thing, Wayne. Whatever's happening, I come up here, and these guys, they always show up, purring. What if you come stay with me? With us? I mean, no, Wayne, stop. No. My mom loves you. You could just, no. I said no, okay? Let's talk about something else. Something happy. And then, I'm not sure if this is like, interesting. Like what? Like the lion. You heard? Now that the zoo is closed, they're sending him back to Tarzania, setting him free. Ugh, what's happy about that? You know, for a genius, you can be real dumb sometimes. Go on. So, why are we here? Really? Because I wanted to show you something. Where? Eyes ahead. Zorro. What do you think you're doing? Questions, questions. Alright, that was the movie they saw, I think, right? Like, that his parents saw, where they met. So that's interesting. They might have some kind of a romantic thing going on, but I'm not completely sure. It could also just be that they're friends. I can't really... I don't know. But anyway. Either way, he seems to be the most open with her. Hang on. Pretty sure Bruce's parents were deaded after watching. That was in the original canon, but in this one, it was stated that, like, because in this canon, it was like his only his dad got killed, like at the zoo, but his dad said that they met while watching Zorro. So it's kind of like still a weird thing where it's like, you know, he gets like a flashback of that kind of. Yeah. Fair enough. The original canon. Yeah, yeah. Pretty sure. But anyway. Okay, what else here? I'm going to skip over this scene as well, just again, so I don't show too much. But it doesn't seem... I mean, I guess it's like a scene with Bruce talking, but I don't know if it's like too important. I've seen comments floating around speculating that this Catwoman is rich. Pretty sure they only knew this continuity from meme shorts. That... Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. I don't... Where... Maybe there's something in later issues that are like... That shows like, oh, she actually does have something, but no, it's not. No, that's... Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with comics, is that people want to check them out, but they're kind of too distracted to actually do it. And so because of that, they only really go to like the most slop. You know, they only really go see it through slop. That stuff that like only scratches the surface of like what's actually happening in the continuity. And because of that, it's just like, oh, they only have a vague idea. So... Which, to be fair, I'm kind of at fault with that too sometimes, but still, I want to get more into it. She has a fancy Catwoman suit, and the backstory doesn't have any short. That's kind of it. We will see, though. We will see. Okay. That's something to note in this scene. Even when told there's literally no way to bring down a group like this after suggesting there has to be some way, it proceeds to doubt its supposed genius. Oh, by the way, yeah. After suggesting some way by an AI with theoretically infinite knowledge. Stubborn. Huh. It's kind of interesting. I mean, it's an interesting thing on Riddler, but it's not really... Not infinite, just most of humanity's knowledge. True. True. I'll say... with most of humanity's knowledge. But yeah, what does a... I'll read this out loud, because it's not Batman essential, but it's interesting for the Riddler. What building does a man walk into blind and walk out with sight? A school. Knowledge is vision. Me? I see. A lot. Too much. Sometimes, admittingly, that's why friendship hasn't been easy to find. And that's why I value yours so much. So this is me at looking at you and asking you to please stop. It's kind of interesting too, because it's like, it says that it's like, okay, no, never mind, I'm just misreading it. But yeah, that's fair. The funding comes from Black Science. Alright, this is a scene with Black Mask. I vaguely remember this scene, and it's a pretty cool scene, but I am going to skip it because it doesn't have any of the characters that are listed here. But again, yeah, I'm still gonna like read it. Just give me 1 second. Like, if this was like a Valai thing, I would like read it and give it out to y'all, but you know, it's not, so. Okay, it does share some. No, wait, corpse. No, that's dumb. No, that's obviously something I knew beforehand. This scene's interesting because it's like. So again, I'm not showing off the scene just to be safe, but like, it's kind of odd that like Black Mask is actually giving Bullock like resources here, but I'm kind of wondering like why he's doing that. You know, maybe there's something I'm missing or just not picking up on, and it would be easier to ask for y'all's opinion. But it's also just like not even important for this case, and it's just like, you know, it's like it's odd. Yeah, that's for another time. Okay. Your eyes open yet, Bruce? You're starting to see the pieces? They call them ARCs, these black sites. Secret, unregulated prisons, run in conjunction with other governments around the world. ARC A was the first one. Prototype in Santa Prisca. ARC B in Russia. ARC C is in China. The hell? Wherever you are, I hope it's coming into focus. ARC M, the biggest yet, is planned for Gotham. Look at what you're up against, and all you could lose. Alright, learns more about ARC M and is shocked. And is surprised by the sheer size of it. So if I'm able to like gather the information correctly, have you gotten the Arc M? Yeah, I know the Arc M pun. Like that, I get the joke there. But I think what it's saying is that it's like. I think what the Arc M thing is saying is that it's like, took me getting told it. No, that makes sense, yeah. I mean, I get it. But what I'm wondering is... Okay, so I think what it is that it's like the past mayor is getting told to like avoid everything that the party animals is doing just for the sake of being able to build this prison and getting support for it, because this would basically be like a huge deal for the entire place. It's like, and it's not just a prison, it's basically just like a... It's more like, from what I could gather, because it says stuff like, in these sites they have investment from biotech farm, even geno firms, whatever is happening in these places, it's not good. So this is less so a prison, and it's more so kind of like, I thought of a comparison, but it's kind of a dark one, so I'm not sure if I can even say it. Also, did the music just stop? I think it did. Hang on, give me 1 second, everybody. Yeah, it finished. So we'll just loop it around. But it seems to be that like he's being told to ignore all this stuff, like the past mayor, and that this site is being built while all of this chaos is happening. Yeah, basically mad science. It's for the purpose of a distraction, right? That's the impression I'm getting. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Like maybe I'm reading into it incorrectly. But all the Black Mask stuff, all that seems to be just for the sake of getting people to look away from that. Where it's basically just, they're building a literal, like, mad science torture dungeon on the other side of the river. That's my impression I'm getting. Maybe I'm wrong on this, maybe I'm not, but... Also, give me 1 second, I'm gonna check DMs again. Okay, back to watching. Get off, or not watching, reading. Get off me, Selena. No. That day, you remember the joke you made to your dad about the lion? How the lion had made it in the zoo? So what? And your father, he said maybe the lion was safe and cozy but didn't mean anything? Well, this is your chance to mean something, Bruce. You've got kids, you got talents other kids don't have. And yes, it's scary and dangerous and new, but you need to block them out and go right at it with cat eyes. The hell, I'm leaving. The hell you are. Popcorn attack! Come on, Bruce. Sit your ass down. We're all watching this boring ass movie together, beginning to end. Fuck, it's black and white. Aw. She's also there. That's cute. Okay, I'll mark that down. Okay. Huge role in making Batman. Hang on, sorry, give 1 second to sneeze. Excuse me. Anyway. She brings up the lion comparison that his dad made, and that he has talents that other kids don't have, and that he needs to do something with him. I might do something with Selena later on, Because it does seem like she has some kind of... Like, it seems like she's good to some degree. You know what I mean? At least this early version of the character. Maybe she becomes evil later on. But... I don't know. Either way, I am interested. I'm not gonna add her now still. But this is just me spitballing here. How contrived is it to watch Zorro in a theater in the 2000s? I don't know. Probably a bit contrived, though. Tries to leave the theater, but is kind of just coaxed back in by all his friends. And kind of smiles a little. Alright. Now, it also seems that Martha was there in the theater as well. Martha was also there in the theater when Bruce went with his friends. Alright, let me see here. Morning, Mom. Bruce, you scared me. What is it, honey? What's on your mind? Nothing. I was just in the neighborhood and figured you'd drop by and make soup at 8 in the morning. Don't get me wrong. Nothing makes me happier than finding you in the kitchen. But I know you. I know that face. What is it? I was just thinking, maybe with all the chaos in the city lately, maybe you could kind of, I don't know, lie low. The chaos is exactly why I can't lie low, Bruce. In fact, I'm stepping in as Jim's deputy mayor. I'm on my way to the official press office now. Deputy mayor? Mom, why would you do that? The party animals keep targeting officials stepping up attacks. You're putting a bullseye on yourself. I believe in what Jim is trying to do, and I won't just watch the city collapse. I'm going to try and help. What if you can't? What if it's all too big? Then you try anyway. That's who we are, who I am, who your father was, and look how it turned out for him. I'm going to kiss you now so I don't slap you. Goodbye, Bruce. Clean up when you're done. See? You can't do it, kid. Also, okay. More information. Clearly starting to doubt himself. And is even tries to convince his mom to step back, and even brings up Dad as a way to try and convince her further, only for it to just not work. And then all the chaos is exactly why she needs to stand up. She says it's important to do her part, even when putting a target on herself. Alright. Okay, and you can't protect them. It doesn't matter how brave you are, or how skilled you are, or how right you are. Miss Julia, will you play kickball against us? Me against the 6 of you? That wouldn't be fair. For you guys. Okay. It's okay, I'll get it. And then just drives off. There's only one thing you can do to keep them safe. And that's accept it. Look around, past your fists, at all the people who'll get hurt. Look up past the satellites, the towers, at the forces at work, the whole sky tilted against you. And then look down past your feet, at how far you could fall, and the only good thing you could do. Party animals terrorize in broad. Mayor Gordon's Hill hospitalized tells people to resist fear. Gordon's vision has failed you. Failed the city. I'm proud to have endorsement of Commissioner Bullock and the GCPD. It's time for us to take back Gotham together. Tomorrow marks the anniversary of one of the most violent days in history. Okay. I don't really need to read that. Bats are not blind. Wonder what that means. I'm gonna mark down the Gordon thing and then mark that down. Okay? Or not Gordon. I meant Alfred. I can't speak today. You can tell that I'm getting a little tired when it gets a little more difficult for me to actually properly speak. So, blah. Alright. About how... excuse me? About how Bruce can't protect them. And the only way he can actually do anything is by accepting it. Lying low. Lying low. Alright. Also goes to visit his daughter, but drives away immediately when she gets close to the car. Alright, back to this. Bats are not blind. What does that mean? Maybe it's like bats aren't stupid? Maybe? Okay, no, it's like, it may seem like Batman is stubborn, stupid, maybe reckless, but in reality, he has to accept reality at some point, because he's not blind. Alright, that's right. 200 million to stand down. Alright, hang on. That's right. 200 million to stand down for 1 week, and I'll make sure we got a little bit easier. We go a little bit easier on Old Gotham. Now, I can't see you, buddy, but I hope you're smiling just thinking about it. Thinking about all the good Batman could do with that kind of money. The cars, the weapons. He'll be something larger. Something larger than life. Something epic. Batman will... Enough. I'll take the deal. Alright. Alright. I do know how that goes out, but for everyone who doesn't, I'm not going to add any note on that, besides just, he says he'll take the deal? What does that mean? Why is he taking the deal? Seems almost out of character for him. But, anyway, everybody. Does anyone have any final notes or, like, observations they want to add? Because, truth be told, I'm getting a little sleepy. I'm a little tired. So, I'm thinking I might end off this stream here, because we made a decent amount of progress this time. Issue 2, Issue 3. I'll ask this in the server, but I'm going to ask it here as well. What does everybody want to do for Friday? Do they want to, like, continue Batman? Do they want to, like, read, like, maybe a different Absolute comic? Or just, like, maybe go back to Hollow Knight? Any one of those things. Asking everybody for their insight here. That is, well, watching, of course. I'll just wait a second. Alright, well, I may just continue Absolute Batman on Friday then, around the same time, like 2 p.m. Well, not, yeah. Around like 2:30 p.m., unless things change. Like maybe I'll have some kind of thing I need to do on that day, but I am not sure. But anyway, that's that. Hope y'all had a good time. I'm also just trying to make sure that things are catching up properly because, sometimes I realize that, like, Hornet has unfavorable views towards flies. from Hollow Knight, you mean? Is this true? Are the accusations true? This must be known. But anyway, I'm getting a bit tired, everybody. I'm gonna call off the stream here. Oh, more you know. Alright. I'm gonna call off the stream here, and I will likely continue this on Friday. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll also post something in the Discord server, but let me get a quote from that. Alright, I'll stay around just to see what this quote is. I'm curious. I'm just gonna look through all my notes here. Got 21 pages. Damn. Oh, damn. Well, there's more people joining now. That's kind of funny. Because I was going to end it off here soon. Like, after I get the quote from Jaden, just because I was curious about what they had to say with the apparently Hornet having unfavorable views on flies. But after that, we're actually going to call it quits for now. We read through issue 2 and issue 3, and we took down a fair amount of notes. So, also, I meant to say panel 32 here. I don't know why I did that. But, anyway. Or no, page 32. That's what I meant to say. Foul creatures birthed into servitude. Their plight elicits no sympathy from me. That is crazy. Wow. I mean, I guess they're not sapient, so maybe it's fine. But it's like, wow. That is still insane to say. But anyway, everybody. Thank you to everyone who could show up. Thank you to everyone who's been chatting. Thanks to everybody at all who's just even commented once or just made one or two silly things. But I'm going to call it here because I am really tired and I've got things I should probably work on. But first, before I do that, I'm going to take a nap. Great job with the research. Have a good night. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. But yeah, hope you all had fun and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.